Day 2 of the Dolphins training camp is now in the books, and I'm getting a chance tonight to get my grubby little fingers on some tape with 2 preseason games. The Patriots is going to be the one that I'm really focused on. I would love to be screaming ding dong, the witch is dead in my coverage of the games tomorrow. We'll see. I'm excited. But day 2 of training camp brought some interesting stuff, continuations of what happened yesterday, and some sharp turns, possibly, if you believe the reports, on some things that are good news for our Miami Dolphins. I'm hoping the good news keeps going. Now, because we're a fancy schmancy, state-of-the-art organization over here, we got the chapters continuing. You're going to be able to click on to what you want to click on to. Only the best for you guys. And we're going to cover 3 topics today. 3, not 4 like yesterday. We're going to do Tua again, a little quarterback thing, O-line, and the defense. There's not as much news as I would say yesterday had for us, but there is some interesting news, and I'll get into that. Before I get into all that fun stuff, I want to do the funnest thing of all, and that's saying thank you to all you guys stopping by. I really mean that. I really do. Subscribes, like, comments, views, all that stuff. That's the heart of this show. But I also got to say thank you to my sponsors over here because they're an amazing organization and they take care of me. And it's the only reason, besides you guys, that this thing keeps going. So I want to give them a quick shout out to Ace Per Head. Ace Per Head's betting software is the premier white label platform for bookies to manage their players and grow their sportsbook operation. Click the link in the description below to get set up in minutes. Ask for the Curtis promo and get a special introductory discount. All right. Quarterback situation was a little interesting today on many levels. Teddy Bridgewater found himself on the outs. I don't know if it's an injury or maybe they're trying to say to him, hey, you had a real bad day 1, so we're going to let you sit. I don't know what it was, but he didn't really see much action. Didn't see any action 11-11. It was Tua and Skylar Thompson's day today, and both played excellent. Again, we have to remember the framework. You know, this is not like defenses are dialing in to attack these quarterbacks. But Tua especially is showing everything he needs to show, that he is the leader and that he's going to produce. Again, this does not mean Tua is going to have top 5 all-world. They're rewriting the books for him that he's going to blow open the charts, you know, and the stats. But the guy's doing everything he needs to do. He had a great day today. I think it was like 5 touchdowns. He threw some over the middle, some tight window throws. And say what you want. This guy has been throwing, I think he had top 2 or 3 tight window throws over the last 2 seasons. He has guts. He is a gunslinger. Now, you want to talk about, well, okay, he's fired it, is landing where it needs to be, whatever. The guy is a daring thrower, and he has improved from season 1 to season 2. Maybe not as much as everybody wanted, but I've been saying for a while, this season 2 to season 3, there's going to be a lot of improvement. And it's more than just, oh, we got offensive coordinator and the new head coach. No. It's just there's a lot that goes into this. But however you slice it, this kid is going to look much better. We'll see what happens in critical situations and how it actually plays out. But he had a great day today. And Skylar Thompson, he had a very good day. But again, remember, we got to let this play out. But the interesting note is that he got lots of reps. Tua, from what we're hearing, is not going to be in the first preseason game. That means Teddy and Skylar are going to get loads of reps. And I'm wondering, I really didn't think this would happen, but I am wondering if they're kind of considering, hey, we could save some money if Skylar plays really well and we keep Tua and Skylar, or maybe even keep 3 quarterbacks, or maybe just give Skylar loads of reps and then we could stash him on a practice squad because it's hard to believe that someone's going to take him off that practice squad. However you slice it, we're going to get full view of Teddy and Skylar come this first preseason game, and Tua is earning his, cred to not even have to play, which is a great sign. That second preseason game, though, is going to be critical, and that's going to be highly interesting. Now, there was, you could see Waddle and Hill devastating people, especially in the one-on-ones. But you have to understand that's all pushed. Everything that is pushing to the receiver's corner right now in this kind of play. So, it's amazing stuff. But understand the context. Now, the offensive line. Strange things may be happening. Now, I've been highly critical of Austin Jackson, the player. And it's not critical because I'm just don't like him. I've done huge amounts of film, and I have almost never seen that bad a film from a player who was taken 18th overall for 2 seasons. Now, the first season wasn't too bad. And I want to deal with all of that understanding because I hear so much like misinformation, but on another day. But this kid, if you see this picture here, you could tell somebody's conditioning by their face. And this guy's face is chiseled, sucked in. Austin Jackson is in the best shape of his career. I don't know what's going to happen, but this guy's shape is phenomenal. And you have to remember, I've been saying that since we've gotten this kid. There's a difference between 19 to 22-year-olds and then, 23, 24 and older. Man strength gets in there. Muscle maturity gets in there, and it's a huge advantage. I've talked in the past. I walked on to a college football team. I was 2 years older than everybody, and I had been bodybuilding for a couple of years, and I had a vast advantage because I was older. And it's a real advantage that these men have when they go against extremely young players. And today is Austin Jackson's birthday. He's just 23. Now, I heard Omar Kelly said his technique looked great. Teron Armstead remarked and said that Hunt and Jackson have been the best on the offensive line. And I don't know. I always said this kid is in bad shape, but if he could develop that strength and technique, he has the attributes. He's just going to be a slow developer. Is he actually developing? Don't get excited. Don't bet the house on it. Well, get excited, but don't bet the house on it. But there is a possibility, because he doesn't need to be great. At the situation we're at right now, if he could just be average and then come back next year and then get to that above average level where he can get a longer term contract and continue to develop, it's a path for Jackson. I'm still not certain until I see the tape. But this is exciting news because this guy, he's very, very smart and very nice. We know the whole deal with his sister. So you want this kid to succeed. This was a very interesting turn of events. Now, Solomon Kinley, by all accounts, has struggled. And I said that he dropped some of his weight. He's got short Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, very physical, moves a little better than you might think. But he's gotten by on being this short, fire hydrant guy. And he likes to dip his head a lot, which in pass blocking, that can let you lose vision and you can get beat on stunts. And it doesn't look good for him. Now, we struggle also in the run game again. Pass blocking at times had some issues from what I was watching. I want to thank TD Finn's talk again. Watched the whole thing and got context. Because some guy could tell you one thing, but unless you see it all flow out in context, you it can turn into misinformation. So I heard a lot of stuff from a lot of different people, and then I got TD's live stream and watched from beginning to end. Again, very grateful. This is very useful information. And so run game really struggled, really, really struggled. We didn't have anything that happened as far as a run game, but pass blocking was there. We were able to move the football, obviously, with 8 TDs between the two quarterbacks. A little pressure at the end. We had a 50-second drill, and they got pressure in it. The last play, it was 3rd and something, and that killed the drive. It's okay. We're at. But what is a big problem is 2 days now of really ineffective running the football. But zone stretch is far more difficult than man and inside zone. There's a lot of teamwork, more teamwork that goes into zone stretch than it does inside zone and man. And this can take time. We'll see. Armstead, ooh, he's my guy, dude. He's my MVP, man. This guy could tell me he could fly, and I might actually believe him. He said they're going to get there, and we could have a potent run attack once guys figure out this zone stretch thing and start working together as a team. And, I'm going to believe him because I'm his number one fan. And all right, so that's the offense. Offense is on target and doing the right thing. Defense, we had some big runs on us. The run defense kind of broke down, got chippy, lots of arguments, some like 2 or 3 battles that went on, and they shut one part of the practice down early. I think it was like maybe, they were driving down the field, the 11 on 11s. Nothing big, but it's something we have to remember because that outside you want contain. I would love to see who lost contain, what linebackers got sealed, because they were outside runs for the most part. And when you get an outside run like that, that means someone on the edge of the lineman got sealed and then or over pursued, but I think it was a seal. And then the linebackers, they got caught in the wash. Usually a fullback or a lineman gets to that second level and seals them. And then you get that window and the running back breaks the hole open. So it happened a couple of times, like 3 times, I think, or maybe even 4. So I really would love to see that. If somebody saw the practice, I'd love to get information because I'm starting to get shaky. I'm like jonesing for tape. And another thing, Byron Jones is still on the PUP. And it's getting late, guys. It's getting a little late. And I'm getting nervous on that. I mean, today's the 11th, so we're under a month away from that first game. And that first game is critical. And we need Jones and Howard. If you take one out of the equation, there's really nobody else that you can trust to be on an island to do that zero look. And he's got to come back soon. I mean, he's a vet. He might, come back for a few snaps in that third game or even a week, 2 weeks before the opening, the first week and be there. But you worry about aggravation of injury. You worry about mistakes because it could come down to mistake here or there. The longer that he's out, the more concerned I'm getting. He's got to come back. We need both these guys because I don't really feel comfortable with anybody. Trill Williams is doing really good. Noah, no. Needham is a nickel guy, the inside slot guy. So this is a little bit of concern. But other than that, really the defense, you can't really make too much out of it. But this kind of was the wrap of it. We're on target as far as our offense, even our pass block, I think, for the most part. The run game is a concern. Austin Jackson, if he comes out and he's just like above average, that is going to, this whole heap of picks that Greer used, it's going to change the context of what we see. I haven't heard much about Eichenberg. Be interesting to see about that. The left side collapsed on the run game a few times. But I think we're heading in the right direction. It's a long way to go. These are little pebbles on the scale, but they're good pebbles. And no matter how you slice it, putting good pebbles on the scale is much better than ugly ones. Doesn't mean it's all going to go good, but at least I like what I'm seeing so far. So anyway, just a small bit. Not a lot really happened today, I don't think. Get back to you with more coverage tomorrow with these Patriots. Some fans really want to know what's going on with their enemies. They're like the Godfather. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. So I'm going to keep my enemies very close tonight. I'll have some good stuff for you tomorrow, plus more coverage of the Dolphins' third practice against the Buccaneers. Anyway, Fins fans, there's a lot of good news. I don't want to get hopeful yet, but go Fins. This is Curtis saying, catch you next time. Be well. Start building your own online sportsbook today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.